Let's come over to the wall. We'll begin with a pec minor stretch, bringing our dominant arm into a cactus. You'll twist away from this arm, leaning forward slightly, but still bracing your abdominals, keeping a neutral pelvis. Subtle twist away from the wall, stepping the same leg, same side of the body as the arm on the wall back. Keep your pelvis profile to the wall, while your torso will do a subtle twist away. You can lean forward a little bit to get deeper into the front of the shoulder and chest while we stretch out the calf muscle here. We're breathing, inhaling laterally into the side body, pulling the belly in towards the spine, and lifting in and up on those muscles that stop your stream of pee to condition your transverse abdominis. Bracing those abdominals, we exhale. Again, inhale laterally, 2, 3, 4, belly in, hold it in, tug in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, contract them, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Slowly turning around, switching sides, setting up for your upper body stretch, stepping the same leg as the arm on the wall back slowly. Deep bend in the front knee, equal pressure between the toes, focus of the eyes up higher than eye level. Pelvis is profiled to the wall, torso is subtly twisting away, leaning forward, opening up the shoulder, chest. Let's breathe together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly towards the spine, lift in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, contract, and exhale. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Belly in, tug up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, sustain that Darth Vader breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, belly towards the spine, contract, lifting in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Fog a mirror with that exhale. Slowly turning back to center. Take a moment to grab a chair. If the chair is a little short or tall for you, grab a yoga block or bolster. My chair is a little tall for me, so I place the yoga block under my front foot so it's solidly on the ground. My dominant leg goes back first. I come into a supported chair psoas stretch, opening up the back leg's hip flexors. Again, take the same arm as my back leg up in the air to shoulder flexion, plugging my shoulders down, chin up, gaze soft. From here, subtle lateral flexion, bending towards the top of the chair, plugging the shoulders down, watching out for leaning forward, but instead a subtle arch back. Chin lifted, gaze soft. And if side bending here, even in this subtle bend, is too much, just stay lifted through your abdominals, kegling, and keep the outside arm up in shoulder flexion, holding it there. Deep breaths. Keep breathing here. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, belly to spine, Kegel, sustain it, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, Kegel, sustain it for the duration of your. One more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, Kegel, sustain it, and ocean breath. Turning around, taking it to the other side, chair psoas stretch. Postural important stretch as you are recovering postnatally. Hold it here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, Kegel, sustain, and ocean breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, shoulders plugged down, Darth Vader. Keep going with that breath. Keep your chin lifted, gaze soft, eyes higher than eye level. Imagine my hands hovering from your shoulder blades. Puff your back ribs towards my hands, engaging the upper back. Press heavily through the front foot on the inner and outer edge, heel and toes. Make sure that the back leg's foot is not solidly planted, that the heel is up and you're just on the metatarsals. One more breath here. Setting the chair to the side. Picking up our foam roller, coming into a forearm plank to roll out the front of our thighs. Legs can be hip distance apart if you have knee or back issues, together if not. Point your toes as you're rolling, unless you had flat back posture prior, and you can dorsiflex your feet as you're rolling in this case. So plantar flexion is pointing, looks like this. Dorsiflexion is flexing the toes towards the face, looks like this. Everybody should be plantar flexing unless you are certain you had flat back posture prior to pregnancy. Keep going here. Give me 20 more seconds, rolling out that tight fascia, breathing into it. Beautiful. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, Kegel, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Don't lose the lift of the Kegel, so sustain the Kegel for the duration of your exhale. Let's now rise up onto our knees, and we'll grab our black Theraband, taking it behind our shoulder blades and under our armpits, wrapping it around the knuckles. I'm going to come profile to you for thigh stretch so you see what's happening. So we're going to create a diagonal from the knees out through the crown of the head. Just watch for the first set. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to keep a neutral pelvis somewhere between rounding and arching, brace my abdominals, hinging back, puffing my back ribs into this band to engage my upper back. So we're not doing the yoga pose where your upper back and your low back arch. We're creating a diagonal to stretch out the top of the thighs. Let's do it together. Inhale at the top, no movement except feeling as if the pelvis is being pulled towards the knees. Exhale, let your inner thighs pull you back into your thigh stretch. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. And inhale back up to center. Now, if you do have knee or back issues, keep your knees hip distance apart. And they can be a little closer. They shouldn't be all the way together. No matter what, there should be some space. Hip distance apart is ideal. Let's hold. Here we go. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, hinging back. Hold it back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale, let the inner thighs pull you back a little more. And inhale, pelvis grounds down towards the knees as you come up. Let's hold for 2 breaths. Exhale, let your inner thighs pull you back. Hold. Inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back as you turn your head right and left, right and left. Inhale, pelvis grounds down, staying down. Exhale, inner thighs pull you a little deeper back, and we turn our head. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center, all the way back up, standing on the knees. Grab a trigger ball. If you don't have a trigger ball, you can always use your foam roller. Trigger ball would be a lacrosse ball, tennis ball. Also grab your small anti-burst ball to place under the side of the head. Start with your dominant leg as your top leg stacked, and it will drop over, rolling out the posterior tibialis, which is located here. I'll show you where it is. Get into that fascia right around the knee. Can be pretty sensitive if you've had any tracking issues. And with the new load, the increased load from giving birth, there's definitely shifts in your balance in your body, and the knees can take a lot of that on. So we want to reset them. So rolling that posterior tibialis area out, getting into that, and breathing. Now, if you feel like you've gotten that, you can go above the knee, right above the knee medially in this area, in this pocket, and dig into that area. Breathing, being as aggressive as you can to really get some of those knots out. Just another 15 seconds here. Really dig in, push into that. Circular motions back and forth, or just pressure down. Make sure you're breathing. Your abs are still pulling in towards your spine. From here, option to stay where you are. You can go back to the posterior tibialis, stay above the knee, or you can go to the posterior delts. This divot between the tricep and delts, you're going to go around that fascia in the tricep and delt area. So it's your bottom arm that you'll be rolling. So plug your shoulders down. Try to not lean back too much. Stay stacked. That'll apply a lot of pressure. Your arm can reach forward and back, forward and back. So play around with that. Really allowing yourself to do circular motions. I find that just forward and back, getting into that fascia, there's a lot of tight knots there. So I'm going to breathe into that. And again, you can stay in one area. You don't have to hit an area that doesn't feel like it needs it. So we've hit 3 areas rolling. And you can do this against a wall when you're doing the upper body with your roller or ball if side lying is too much pressure. So you can stand. I'll stand up and show you against the wall. Roll it out. Our final spot, I'll show you standing, but you can do it side lying if you'd like, is our lat, which attaches under the armpit. So you can raise your arm up and down like you would in a classroom. It's posteriorly, which means behind and under the armpit. And you'll get into that pocket. You can do it side lying. If you do it side lying, you may want a yoga block or pillow on your bicep to rest your head. So I'll hop down just to show you real fast. So I showed you on the wall. Now I'll show you on the floor with the roller. And the trigger ball, obviously, you put right in that pocket as well. So digging into that area, really getting those knots out, breathing. We'll be here for another 20 seconds. Hang in there. Push yourself through it. So maybe the lats don't need as much attention as the posterior delts, or maybe the posterior tibialis is where you need to direct all your attention, or above the knee, which can help alleviate back and upper knee pain. Couple more breaths. Okay, let's spin around slowly to the other side, starting below the knee with the posterior tibialis. Support your head with that ball, block, or bolster. Breathing here, evening out the body. For some, their non-dominant side will be more sensitive because there's more tracking issues. For others, if you really overuse your dominant side, it can actually have, some very big knots because of overuse. So there's different reasons why one side is tighter than the other. No need to analyze. Let's just get those knots out. Now, if you feel like you've gotten the posterior tibialis, you can move above the knee medially, or you can stay with the posterior tibialis. Listen to your body. Only you know what you need right now. Keep breathing. Keep rolling. Again, you could have the roller and do this, trigger ball, tennis ball, lacrosse ball is what I'm using as a trigger ball. Now, if you want to move to the posterior delt, remember, the tricep posterior delt is your bottom arm. Plug the shoulders down. Watch out for rocking back. Stack your body, your hips, your torso, nice and parallel facing me in a line. If that's too much pressure, come to standing and go against the wall and roll it out from a standing position. Again, the foam roller will work from the standing position or the side lying. If you're using it for the side lying, make sure you have a block. I'll show you under your bicep just to rest the head on. Plug the shoulders down so you can breathe into that. Option to move to the lat. Remember, the lat is attached under the armpit posteriorly. I'll show you. You can get into that fascia standing using the roller or ball, or side lying. And as you do it, you can twist forward and back. Plug the shoulders down. Make sure you're breathing. We don't want to hold the breath. Okay, for our last 30 seconds here, or 15 seconds rather, for our last 15 seconds, let's breathe together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Final stretch. Bring your yoga mat by the wall. We're going to do legs up the wall, straight, just to open up those hamstrings after all that strength work. And depending on your posture prior to pregnancy, the hamstrings could be a posturally tight area that needs some attention as well. So once you get the legs up the wall, take one hand under your low back, check out the pelvic position, see if you can neutralize it. So somewhere between rounding and flattening it into the floor and arching, a big mouse hole. So we want that in-between position. Make sure you're breathing. Use that breath. And then from here, option to dorsiflex the feet evenly without locking out in the knees. Close your eyes. And let's come back to our TVA breathing to recondition the pelvic floor. Okay, one hand on the rib cage, one hand on the belly. We inhale laterally through the nose or mouth into the side body, expanding it. Our belly is pulled in towards the spine. So we hold the breath. We lift up on the muscles that stop the stream of pee. And now that's an internal lift, like it's a Kegel. You sustain that Kegel and pull in action of your belly for the duration of your exhale. Fog a mirror with it. Again, inhale laterally, belly in, tug in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Darth Vader. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, contract and sustain. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, contract, sustain it, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Two more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, belly to spine, Kegel, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, belly to spine, Kegel, sustain it, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Subtle bend in the knees. Slowly make your way off the wall to a comfortable seated position. Breathing. Keeping the abs braced as you do this. Whatever this position is, let's roll our shoulders back, keeping our chin up, gaze higher than eye level for 5 and 4, sitting tall on the top of the sits bones, 3, 2, and 1. Great job.